Welcome to Fox Global Network. You are listening to Amit Saha, founder of the Frontiers of Grassroots Sustainability Network. Fox Network is working with the stakeholders in food, health, and livelihoods for the last 1 year in order to ensure and build a sustainable food value system. In this week, the focus has been again on digital innovations in dairy farming, and along with we also see how small farm management initiatives can make a big difference to already stressed dairy farmer. Top 10 news of the week. It's a new application called Stockman. Gilly Grant and Murdoch Duncan, co-founders of Herd Advance, developed an application on mobile phones to monitor and manage the herd 24/7, thus improving herd welfare and productivity by reducing the labor needs. The Stockman brings together practical hardware and precision data software that, when paired with its cutting-edge app, lets farmer monitor real-time statistics and status of their herd on the go from a smartphone. Top 9 news. Digital apps for Indian farmers. There were two apps that were launched last week. The one is eGopala, developed by NDDB. This will be a digital medium that will help livestock owners. It will be easy to choose advanced livestock. They will get freedom from the middlemen. This app will give all information related to productivity, health, and diet for the cattle. The next app is the Farmitra app. It's an initiative by a private company called Bajaj Allianz that leverages technology to aid farmers in their day-to-day activities. This app acts as a true friend to the farmers, providing details about the weather forecast, market price across India, and more. The app is an initiative to empower the farmers with all the knowledge they need about farming. It also acts as a single viewpoint for active Bajaj Allianz general insurance, crop insurance users, and also helps in claim support. Top 8 frontier news of this week is from the company Bayer, which has developed the DeKalb brand of maize silage seeds. This seed variety is featuring outstanding digestibility, nutritional quality, and high tonnage potential to help the farmer maximize his herd's productivity and realize a future of performance. The Kalb brand offers silage products bred and tested in the top silage producing regions. The DeKalb silage portfolio features 35 products that range in 80 to 120 relative maturity groups, thus offering flexibility and proven performance. Top 7 news uh, is is again a health intervention for the disease called hypothermia, known as heat intolerance syndrome, quite common in the hot and humid conditions in India. It is one of the commonly encountered problems among dairy farmers of Punjab. During these weather conditions, heat loss is reduced, leading to rise in the body temperature called hypothermia. Panting, marked increase in the respiration rate, reduced appetite, and milk production lowering are the common manifestations. The most common initiating factor is poor ventilation, and also sometimes in animals that have suffered from foot and mouth disease in the past as a result of a damage to the heat regulation system in brain. Dr. Chanjit Singh of the university in Punjab revealed that a study conducted by Dr. Sushma Chabra and Dr. Randhawa on dairy animals showed that subcutaneous administration of 5 ml of iodized oil containing 750 mg of elemental iodine for 3 consecutive days was helpful in its management. More than 95% of the hyperthermic dairy animals recovered with this therapeutic regimen, and no relapse was recorded during the post-treatment period in 2 months. He advised farmers to provide ample quantity of water to animals, keep them away from the direct sunlight in well-ventilated places, and give bath to dairy animals using sprinklers or pipe hoses 2 to 3 times a day. He also recommended to feed the animals during the cooler periods of the day, early morning and evening. Antibiotics need not be given until and unless blood test confirms tick-related disease infestation. Top 6 of the week is again a health-related treatment for Clostridia infection in cattle using Certellus. Clostridium are common inhabitants in the forages, feeds, and gastrointestinal tract of dairy cows and beef cattle. Jesse Thompson, Ruminant Product Development Research Manager, and Dr. Chandra Smith, Research Manager, Molecular Microbiology and Ecology, as they discuss the latest findings on the distribution and diversity of Clostridia species in US beef and dairy cattle. Today, that is 15 September, in a webinar which is hosted by Hodge Dairyman. Top 5 newsmaker is Australian bred sires, which are leading the way in the August ABV release, according to Genetics Australia Chief Executive Officer Anthony Selly. Proven favorites Mybull and Giles continue to lead the Holstein contingent. Mybull now has more than 550 milking daughters and still maintains a 300 plus BPI ranking, offering breed-leading mastitis resistance and cell count, superior daughter fertility, and positive semen consumption rate. At 414 BPI benchmark productivity index, performance index with balanced production, outstanding fertility and survival, along with an exceptional rating of 110 for memory system, Karat, this sire will be one of the most popular sires available this spring. Coming to the top 4 newsmaker is again related to social well-being. Dairy farming is a form of therapy. The surgeons can't believe I have the energy to go farming, as said by Dare Harlin, a farmer in Comith, Ireland, who is recovering from a brain tumor, and he has been able to balance farming with full-time work as a solicitor since switching from beef to dairy. He says, "My wife Christine owns a pharmacy and she didn't allow to throw all her money into my farming enterprise, but she's delighted to have something that keeps me out of the house. A farm is a great place to rear a family. My son Bobby just turned 4 and he too loves farming." The top 3 news of the week is again from India, where environmental regulations in dairy farming is becoming a reality. The Pollution Control Board, Assam, notifying the guidelines for management of dairy farms and goshalas in the state is a timely and welcome move. Many dairy farms and goshalas discharge the cattle dung along with wastewater into the drains, leading to clogging, which ultimately reach to rivers and create water pollution. It also adds that the clogged drains, which becomes breeding ground for mosquitoes, creating health hazards, odor nuisance, and emission of greenhouse gases. However, such initiatives involve input costs, and therefore subsidies and financial support for biogas or compressed biogas plants are necessary to motivate dairy entrepreneurs in the dairy sector to take these on a commercial scale. Coming to the top 2 news of the week is the world's leading trade fair for animal production. This trade fair, which is launching comprehensive technical program, underpinning by the guiding theme farming in the food chain. So this Euro Trade Fair, Animal Trade Fair, which was postponed to the 9th to 12th February 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic, will present current technical trends in the livestock sector under the guiding theme farming in the food chain. The disruptions witnessed in the global trade and value chain as a result of the pandemic highlights the importance of robustness in the food supply chain. As a result, the livestock industry needs new strategies to meet these new challenges. Euro Tier 2021 will focus on solutions in this area. Additionally, more than 1,500 exhibitors will present innovations and solutions for various other challenges in animal production. About 11 animal value chain stakeholders will be sponsoring the event. Finally, the top news of the week is again a technology innovation, which is not new but is quite important nowadays. This is the Lely Juno robotic silage pusher, one of the many innovations on the award-winning farm Rhodia Farm in Kirkcudbright in Northern Ireland. This farm milks about 500 cows with a yield of 10,000 liters per cow, of which 4,600 liters is from forage. This robot can push feed 24 by 7, helping to increase intake and performance. It is especially beneficial for freshly calved cows, less dormant cows, and heifers who visit the feed fence after the more dominant cows have finished. Farms with limited feed space and little time to push feed will see the highest benefit. For example, a recent study published by Seward et al. In the Journal of Dairy Science in 2018 reported some farms achieved up to 4.9 kg per day extra milk yield with robotic feed pushing. So finally signing off, this is Amit Shah. I hope this edition will add some value to your business. Further, for future updates, please subscribe to our network in the website foxnetwork.com. Thank you and wish you a very safe and productive week ahead. Looking forward to the next edition next week.